Hey, ppsimmons fans, Mike Shoesmith here. Looking at is an article in US Weekly titled Susan Olsen, the Brady Bunch's Cindy Brady, writes moving tribute to gay TV dad Robert Reed. He was a family man, she says. There's the family there, the Brady Bunch. You guys remember the Brady Bunch, right? Well, here's the father, Mr. Brady. He was a practicing homosexual. Although back in the 70s, they weren't so widely accepted. It wasn't such a widely accepted behavior. And Cindy Brady, her real name is Susan Olsen. Here she is right here, all grown up. But the article says that Cindy Brady, she posted an open letter to her Facebook page. She's 51 now. She paid tribute to her late TV father and voices her support for marriage equality. So Hollywood has now exhumed the body of Mr. Brady, and they are parading him around now in the on Facebook and in the social media, saying, "Hey, look, Robert Reed, he was a great family man, and he was gay." And her Facebook post is extremely bizarre. The bleeding heart liberals, they'll soak this in, right? Because sophistry is what they thrive on. They don't look at the substance of anything. They just they soak in all of the nonsense and talk about how nuanced it is and how wonderful people are, but they don't really look at the facts. But we do. And her letter to her open letter on Facebook is truly, truly bizarre. In an open letter on her Facebook fan page, 51-year-old Olsen paid tribute to her late TV dad. And she says, "As a child, I was blessed to have another father figure in my life. He did not replace my own beloved Norwegian version of Jed Clampett, nor would he have wanted to. He simply harmonized with all of my family values and brought his own heart to our table," the former child star writes of Reed, Mr. Brady, who died in 1992 after a 6-month battle with colon cancer. Now, it says something here. We're going to get to that in a moment. She called him a king among men, a true king among men. Funny she didn't call him a queen. Olsen goes on to note the immense impact Reed had on her life. The tempestuous. There's a spelling error in the US Weekly article here. It should be tempestuous. Actor who bottle-fed puppies when he wasn't quarreling with the heads of networks shaped my heart as much as my biological parents did. So I really can honestly say my dad was gay. Wasn't that nice? Trotting out the corpse of Mr. Brady. My dad was gay. And then she says, it gets really odd here now. "I can also say that being gay killed him." Okay, she's right about that, but she's wrong in her explanation of it. She says, "Because it was so taboo. He could never make peace with himself. So being gay killed him because it was so taboo. He could never make peace with himself. He never allowed himself to have a genuine love. He was tortured, forever taunted by his own disdain for the natural inclinations that he was born with," she says. Well, in actuality, Reed was born with all of the body parts that made him a man. He was not born with anything that made him sexually compatible with other men. This whole born with it thing is a myth, and it's dead, by the way. The latest science shows that there is no gay gene, and people are not born with sexual tendencies towards same sex. It's nurture. It's not nature. She says Bob was a family man. Anyway, we get back to this now. She can say being gay killed him. She's right in that, because when we go back up here, It says that he died of a 6-month battle of colon cancer, but then it says the actor also had HIV, which his doctor listed as a significant condition contributing to death. So yes, this bottom statement here is true. Being gay killed him. That is true. According to the doctors, that is true. He was killed because he was having sex with men. And having sex with men was a significant condition contributing to his death. If he hadn't been having sex with men, he would probably still be alive today. Because he would not have HIV/AIDS. HIV/AIDS is something that is predominantly a male homosexual disease in North America. It just is. The Center for Disease Control says so. Bob was a family man. Had he been allowed to form a relationship with another man, he would have been the best husband ever. Blah, blah, blah. What a bunch of nonsense. He could have been the best husband if he could have gotten counseling out of the mind disease that he had going on in his head. I mean, people can be counseled out of the desires to have sex with men. This is all a nurture problem, begun at home. This has nothing to do with a person's birth. The actress explains. Now this is where we're going to end it with it here. This is where it gets really odd on the spiritual God level. Because she explains that other people's condemnation of her beloved TV dad, nobody's condemning him. People on my side have not condemned him. I'm just pointing out the facts here. That he wasn't killed by a broken heart because he couldn't have a open relationship with another man. He was killed because he had relationships with men. He was killed by a disease contracted from having sex with other men. Men having sex with men. That's what he killed this man. All this sophistry is all gobbled up by the brain dead liberals out there. She says she's good pals and has a clear line of communication with God. Now hear me now. This is the kind of mentality that we're dealing with here. She says I'm good pals with God and I have a clear line of communication with God, all right? And then she says here, what works is love, what doesn't work is judgment. She concludes, if two people love each other enough to want their union consecrated by a mythological being, they're undoubtedly insane. But let them have at it, she says. Insane? She says she's good pals with and has a clear line of communication with God, and then calls him mythological? Who's the insane one here? Yep, I have a clear line of communication with a mythological being. This is all nonsense. Don't buy any of it. It's all sophistry and a level of stupidity that Hollywood wants us all to fall in love with the idea that Reed was a family man and he was robbed of true happiness by the bigotry and homophobia that existed in the 70s and still sticking around today. But listen, folks, marriage will never be a man and a man. That will never be marriage. That is an abomination. It's an abomination because it violates the original template. It violates design. It violates the order in nature. And it's not right. These people need counseling. They don't need parades and marriage ceremonies. My name is Mike Shoesmith. You're watching PP Simmons. See you next time.